Dealers speak out. When silver hits this point, unload it all. Over the past few weeks, I've spoken to several dealers, large and small, and they all say the same thing. They're eyeing a specific silver price, and when we reach that price, they're seriously considering for their personal stack, unloading everything. Check this out. Oh, if you're interested in silver, click that link in the description. Money Metals Exchange is holding this contest. They're giving away 20 silver eagles. Every month they hold this contest. It's free, it's fun. Click that link, take home that silver. Now, look at this. Before you start panic selling, stick with me. This isn't financial advice. It's just the insider chatter from people who buy and sell this metal every single day, and they have their own store of wealth in silver. So they're just like us. We often forget that silver dealers also, many of them, are stackers. Now, the best way to understand this is to check out the historic silver chart where we could see these spikes in 1980 and 2011. Well, we're about to reach $50 an ounce for silver. And everyone's whispering about this because if you've been stacking for 5-10 years, that's the magic number. And it isn't, really, I shouldn't say magic, because technical analysis really shows us it's psychological. Silver's all-time high was around $50 back in 1980, right? That Hunt Brothers squeeze. And again in 2011. Now, both times silver hit that number and failed to hold on to it. But that's not where we're headed now. We're moving up naturally to that number. And dealers I've talked to, they're already preparing for a flood of sell orders as we approach $50. We're ready for that. Because long-term stackers just see that $50 as cash out and take profits level. That's how they see it. Even if silver could go higher afterwards, which of course it will. And here's something important. When lots of people sell at once, it often triggers sharp price reversals. Dealers aren't just watching this level for your sake. They're adjusting inventory strategies because they've seen this pattern play out before. Now, dealers I spoke with, they aren't bearish on silver long term. Far from it, actually. They know how human psychology works. People don't want to sell at $30 because they remember silver hitting $50 before. That's the reality. But when we get close to 50, emotions kick in, fear of missing out, fear of losing profits, and the urge to lock in gains, of course, after years of stacking. And this is why buyback prices at $50 could actually tighten. When everyone's selling, premiums shrink fast because dealers don't need more inventory. In fact, some dealers have already warned they'll be extra picky on condition and volume once silver approaches that zone. And we are headed there before we even realize it. This doesn't mean you have to sell at 50, but it does mean you should have a plan before we get there. Waiting until everyone's unloading can really leave you stuck with less favorable terms. Now, smart stackers aren't just guessing where the price will top. They're pre-planning exit points based on their personal goals. Some are setting aside 10%, some are setting aside 20%, 50% of their stack to sell when we hit that $50 mark. They want to capture profits. They want to do this right. And others are looking at historical ratios like swapping silver for gold if the gold to silver ratio collapses near that level. Presently, we're at a high point, a wide spread, really almost an unnatural wide spread for the gold to silver ratio. Typically, it's hovering around 68, 70 to 1. And we've been at 86, hovering between 86 and 100, really, that wide spread. Now, the key here isn't predicting a top. It's knowing your exit strategy before the herd panics. Silver doesn't have to stay at $50 for very long, and dealers won't be offering the same premiums during a rush as they do during calm periods. But we certainly are headed to that number. I cannot emphasize this enough, how every dealer I spoke to, the number is $50. And if you asked us a year ago, that it wouldn't be $50, because just 12 months, 14 months ago, from the time of this recording, silver was still in the low $20 range. But now we're getting to 40. We're inches from $40 an ounce. Silver has such momentum, and dealers are feeling that. It's exciting and frightening at the same time. Well, get your own silver. Click that link in the description. Thank you, Money Metals Exchange, for sponsoring this channel. This is a great contest. They're giving away 20 silver eagles, 20 eagles. Every month they hold this contest. Be the next winner on that list. Take home that silver, and I'll see you on the next one.